Hope everybody doing good. What up, folk? I'm gonna let everybody come in. Once again, it is cold. I'm gonna try to do a light one. Let me just smoke a little stogie. Been down for the stogie bogey. Morning ciggies. In fact, I'm just gonna keep it light. We're just gonna smoke a little L, then stogie. But what up, everybody? Let's look at that view. You don't know, I'll be putting sheets over my plants. It be getting some cold. Let me tell you, random. In Japan, China, I forgot the region, but they literally pour like water and like it freezes really bad, right? So it freezes, but it freezes in the shape of like the plant. So basically, like they do this purposely so it could, basically make sure the plant is like toasty woasty. What up, Christy? Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? What's popping? Hope everything doing good. I hope you're not getting evicted like Jim Jones. My man was kicking the door down. But what up, Chris? Hope everything good. Thanks for rocking with me as usual. My moderator, ladies and gentlemen, has stepped into the building. Let her walk in, you know what I'm saying? Let her get comfortable. But what's up, Chris? Hope everything good. 1113, Detroit, Michigan in the building. Yeah, random motherfucking they got a couple of videos of Jim Jones kicking doors down. Supposedly he's getting evicted, all this other hoopla. But I don't think it's true because Jimmy ain't that stupid and they literally put a lot of money into that building, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but he got like a warehouse type building and he's renting it or, leasing it. And in the midst of that, he did construction to it. So about 5, 6 months, he's been working, putting flat screens. He built like a barber shop in there. He has a section for studio, a section for podcasting, a section for to make rap videos, a club. So it's pretty unique. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a Dipset fan, obviously with my hoodies, and I used to have all type of shirts and shit. But what up, folk? How y'all doing? Welcome. Random as usual. Zay Dollar. We in the building. We talking our shit, and it's one of them mornings again. One of them cold mornings. Got my gelato. Talk to me, y'all. Anything? Any cool shit going on in this world? I haven't been in tuned with the current events. Besides what's going on in New York, that mayor needs to go, man. I don't know. He's raising taxes, property taxes, federal, state, all type of shit. He's hurting people. They trying to, you know what they trying to do? They trying to make New York literally a place for just rich folk. So whoever's in there is just, wealthy and shit like that. They've been doing this for a while. It's called gentrification. You heard? What up, everybody? How y'all doing? Zay Dollar, welcome on the channel. We are definitely outside enjoying this morning. I hope everybody's having a great one too. Make sure you're positive. Make sure all your energy is focused on today and what needs to be done for today. Don't overemphasize or put too many eggs in the basket where you're just and never get anything accomplished. Just try to do one thing, two things a day, and then from there on, you elevate your skill base into, completing more tasks per diem. But what up, folk? How y'all doing? Zay Dollar, we are fucking outside, nigga. It's cold, man. You see that? That's not what we eat. Let's take Jesus out, you know what I'm saying? Let him breathe a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm actually done with that. I am done. I just wanted a couple of hits of the stogie for real. But yeah, man, there's a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of craziness. Winter Olympics. I don't know why I haven't heard so much more about it, but the Winter Olympics are happening as we speak. I think US is doing a thing, you know what I mean? It's always good to see US win golds. I used to love that. Like at the end of the Olympics, winter or summer, they show you all the countries and then US particularly, or a lot of times they always have gold, silvers, gold, silk, gold. Like we be killing shit. You know what I mean? We're very athletic and sports in tuned, but everything else we're fucking crazy as shit. You know what I mean? But what up, folk? How y'all doing? Let's look at that beautiful view. There's a lot going on. America, the land of the brave. But yeah, I wanted to discuss something else too. I thought it died down, but they're catching female teachers again doing nasty things to students. So I never understood that. I never understood the pedo, the younger, you know what I mean? The older the berry sweeter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I never got that. I appreciate you, Christy. It really is, man. That should look like I painted it. But yeah, man. And I love the color blue because there's so many different blues. Like I don't know. I just dig it. Like look at me. The coat blued out. First of all, you can unzip these shits, take the hoodie off, make it like a vest. It is polo olo. You heard? And then underneath, I got the Gap Mickey Mouse. Random. Let's talk about Disney World. Can we do that? Can we talk about how Disney is not made for kids anymore? It is made for grown kid adults. The parks are always every time I go to Universal, it's constantly packed with older folk. Obviously, we the ones that have the bread, but a lot of these spots, Great Adventure, Disney, those spots used to have kids running. We were very how do I say horny? Our parents were horny as hell because they made a lot of kids. And I'm not gonna say back then people made kids because financially they could. Mind you, a lot of poor middle class people had big families that they sacrificed and did a lot to make sure that the kids had food on the table, at least shelter. These are the main three things my parents used to say: shelter, clothes, food. That's all you need when you're young. You know what I mean? All the other stuff is luxury or just, you know what I mean? Distractions, if you want to call it, iPads, phones, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit. But in my day, parents used to get down, the sexual condensation or whatever the sex they had was in their bedroom. It was a private matter. It wasn't flaunted on Instagram. The wife wasn't showing more than, you know what I mean? There was a thing about showing ankles that was like, oh girl, you know what I mean? So it's wild how random a lot of people fought for us to get to this weird stage in our lives where we're not repping them properly. So let's start from the beginning. Slavery, right? You had these slaves. Sorry, it was a bad time, but there's no but. It was a bad time, and they used to sing amongst each other. They used to remember singing was a way of supplying messages amongst each other. The slave master just thought they were singing, but they were really like, yeah, we're gonna break the fuck out of here in 2 days. Ooh, 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 2 days, we're gonna kill the master and take over. Like they were just jazz, all type. That's where music came from. Let's just say. But long story short, they I don't want to say they're rolling in their graves, but to fast forward to 2026, if they could imagine that they put in this work, and mind you, they used to really be like, yo, tomorrow's gonna be the day, y'all. We like they're gonna sign, we're gonna no more like, and then the next day, yo, the next day, the next month, the next year, the next century, the next century. It took 4 to 5 centuries for the African Americans to get out of that slavery. They made it worse, segregation, and then next thing you know, long story short, they just made it worse. You know what I'm saying? They made it harder for African Americans to gain any footstep in the work environment, the work market. Remember, in the 50s, 60s, they had a lot of factories. This is why I don't understand why we closed our factories and let them rot. But we had factories that enabled us to build. You know what I mean? Our car market was undoubtedly one of the best markets in the world. We supply cars. If you go to Cuba, random, I love this fact, this information. If you go to Cuba, it looks like the 1940s and 50s because we sent all of our old school cars over there, thinking that we were just sending them junk. But shout out to the Latinos, one of the beautifulest things that I ever seen or could imagine is they figured out how to create or make their own parts that enable the vehicle to continue. So if you go to Cuba, it really does look like the 50s and 60s, all these old school cars. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if you don't know, they're made out of metal, real. You know what I'm saying? The cars used to be made to last, not made to show off and die. But I could just imagine uh the centuries that, Africans went through, slaves, in order to get to the point where literally we're shooting each other, literally we're arguing on the line, we're wearing pajamas to you know what I'm saying, to job interviews. We're playing the system very dumb and we're looking dumb. So I want society to get a grasp and grip and start figuring things out and start moving in a manner where we're respecting our ancestors, we're respecting the pain, the struggle that they went through in order to be free. And I know a lot of us are like, yeah, we're not free, yo, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you're talking, trust me, you don't want to take a time machine back in the day. I remember random, there was a funny shout out to Dave Chappelle. Hashtag Dave Chappelle, everybody. Dave Chappelle, one of the funniest comics. I think he is the funniest comic. He's top one in my 10. Of course, you could throw in Hart, Bill Burr. I'm starting to like Shane Gillis. I don't think Joe Rogan has a comedy I like, but to each their own. But long story short, Dave Chappelle, he did a skit where everybody's going back in time and they're like, "Come on, Dave." He's like, "Yo, there's only a certain point I could go back." You know what I mean? So he goes back all happy, and next thing you know, he's fucking getting whipped. Ah! So it's not funny, but it's like we have to respect the history. A lot of us don't respect our history and don't know where we're from. You know what I mean? You don't have no culture. So without culture, you're just like a lost soul, literally. You know what I mean? But to think that they put in so much work, from Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroads, to, you know what I mean? You had Douglas's, Fredericks, just a bunch of plethora of people fighting to make sure that in the humanity aspect, we're not bugging out over color. We are not doing that. And in 2026, I know we think it's not there, but it's more undercover than ever. You know what I mean? But I just want to, ring the bell, bing, 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 wake the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because they are literally turning in their graves. It's like, damn, they put in all that work for this. So we gotta, do better, everybody. We gotta do better. I actually love the time of the 50s, 60s where even the 40s, man, where people wore suits, where everybody just looked good. You know what I mean? With, ladies covered up, and it was the mystique that, ooh, what's underneath? You know what I mean? Like that was the whole thing. It was like, what's underneath that them clothes, girl? Nowadays, you just walk to your supermarket and you see ba ba bang BBL half naked. So we got to do better, everybody. And a lot of these people's got kids. Kids are watching, and then they wondering why, Gen Z, Gen whatever, Gen Alpha, Beta, whatever is growing the way they're growing. So I just wanted to say that. Let's go talk my shit, a little bit better vibes. You know how that is. But yeah, everything's been going. We got some chalk. I'm gonna bring you guys in a journey or a little experience where we're gonna start chalking up our walls. We're trying to get that black. I don't know if you guys know, but they got this black paint that literally it like mimics a chalkboard. You know what I'm saying? So you get like a chalk eraser and chalk, and you can literally and erase. So shout out to what I'm saying. I just love like moving forward. Let's just say, you know what I mean, technology. But yeah, man, we're gonna do that. We're doing our garden. We have another group of flowers that right now it's at the gravesite. And yeah, when we're done, we're gonna bring it back. But yo, Christy, that is a fact, mama. It's actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen people have it literally in their kitchens where they utilize it as a to-do list, like a to-do board. Meaning like, all right, you want to make $1, make sure the garbage is thrown out. You know what I mean? Like I love systems like that that push your kid not into, being a mini slave, but actually doing for her or himself. So when they do break away from the nest, they just are ready. You know what I mean? These are the things that I think kids should be doing or at least know how to do. And of course, cooking is definitely there. Not grilled cheese or cereal. We're talking about real cooking. Boom. Laundry. I think people need to know how to do their own goddamn laundry. You know what I'm saying? And cleaning up after yourself is a huge something disciplined. If you add it to your, what I'm saying, your checklist of who you are, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if people know this. I think we do. But if you just let shit sit, junk, you know what I mean? You wonder why people get cancers. Food, things give off a bad odor, a bad air, and I know our sense. You ever walked in somebody's crib and you're like, "Aye," and they're like, "Ooh, loo, loo." They're in a wife beater sitting on caca. Like you're like, "Damn, nigga, you don't smell that." A lot of people's senses get used to their own filth. Let's just say, um, Hoarders didn't help. Hoarders, the show, did not help me. You know what I mean? It was a wild show just to think that a lot of people Americans, we're just like we consume a lot. We have a lot of shit. Yo, one lady, and I don't mind this, but she had all the old school TV guides, and I thought that was cool. But there's a point where if the TV guides are blocking your path to the kitchen, it's time to throw some of them shits away or at least find some storage. You know what I mean? But some of those cribs, you're climbing over. Yo, some lady used to have jars because her toilet thing broke. Let's just say that, okay? Her toilet thing broke and she had jars, ladies and gentlemen. One of the wildest. And roaches is a look. Roaches are a telltale sign that something is not clean in your crib. Obviously, they start in the kitchen, but they do move. You heard? And roaches aren't like other creatures. They give birth to like 1,000 little niggas. So be careful. Make sure your house is clean. Message random. This is from me to you. Just like do your due diligence and clean up. You know what I mean? Remember, a lot of us are just in the crib, right? So if you're in the crib and you got like 1 hour, take a half of that and clean up, man. I'm telling you. I love candles. So we have candles burning. We have that little plug-in shit you plug in that costs fucking $32,000 so your crib smell good. I got the Christmas tree that we're throwing out soon. But I just love good smells, you know what I mean? Humans stinky, we stinky. So especially men, you know what I mean? I get to a point where my armpits, if I'm not hitting a shower every day, my armpits are diabolical. You heard? Um TMI, nigga. But what up, folk? I hope everybody doing good. We chilling, we maintaining. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get one of the money cats. You know the cat that goes like this, bring in some money. Make sure you do offerings. You know what I mean? And you may ask, why? Why am I going to put food for a god or gods that look? You want to do these things because they do work. You know what I mean? Offerings enable you to receive. You know what I mean? And you're not technically doing it for that aspect, but you're just offering. You're like, look, God, here's some food, here's some whatever, not leftovers, real food. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to life, shout out to living, shout out to being us. I just want us to do better, man. And I know the people's in my channel, we already know we're consistent with our antennas being up, but there's a lot going on, man, that like they really trying to pin us against each other. And they've been doing this for years, centuries. I don't like it. You know what I mean? There's so much that has like when you think about like 19, let's say 1970, right? 70 to 80. Hmm, 80 to 90, hmm, even 90 to 2000, hmm, even 2000 because of the 08 09 housing market. I think that's and 9/11. Those are markings that were like, uh-oh, they're gonna start fucking us over. You know what I mean? And I don't like it. Um, a lot of these corporations own buildings, own housing, and they're trying to blame regular landlords. I don't get what's going on. Mind you, the reason why rent is up is because these cocksuckers be having them pay the tax on their land is up. Yo, I remember people used to pay like maybe 800 a year for their crib, meaning like the land tax. Because, I don't know when, I think it was the 60s or 70s, they did a law where your land isn't your land no more. It just happened recently. Back in the day, you would purchase a plot of land, they would call it. I bought a plot of land, either I had a building or I built something on it, but it was mine. I didn't have to pay a tax every month. I didn't have to, you know what I mean, refinance or read this or that. There's so much fucking shit that they do to us, and then they put it in their own jargon so we don't understand it. But we're starting to understand, nigga. We're waking up, and that's what they don't like. That's why they you don't understand. Like you, everybody's feeling this. Why distraction is on a million now? Because they really trying to fuck us now. You know what I mean? We're waking up and they don't like it. Why you feel weird? Why you feel drained? Is because collectively and all our subconsciouses are ringing together. And for once, we're linking. We're realizing the street life is corny. It's taking too many lives. We do love our kids. You know, we the kids are the future, and it's always been that since I was younger. They used to say that. That's our future right there, that little kid, right? So we have to start getting back in order and yeah, realize it really is us against them. I don't care what you think you have in your bank account, you are not in their level. Unless you're on yachts with fucking Bezos and Bill Gates and shit, and you're going to the island. Let's just say the island, nigga. But think about it like that. Nobody's going to jail. But meanwhile, you get a ticket and don't pay it. They trying to throw you in jail. They trying to freeze your accounts. Meanwhile, these niggas was playing with kids, and none of them is they names is all over. And then you gonna make sure the paperwork is out there, but it's redacted, meaning all that black ink. Like you got people trying to figure out what's underneath that black ink. But guys, bro, they like no every time they is it's time for them to face the fire, motherfuckers never do. You know what I mean? I don't get it at all, man. Some ladies doing 51 years random because she used to go and she had four students who were super duper underage, and she was doing essay with them, sexual, content. Or I mean, she was just whatever. It is what it is. But I don't get it. There's a gorgeous young man that's willing to be with you, but you rather be with the little kids. And it's funny because you see this shit more with the females. Like men been teachers forever. You might have heard a little rumor, oh, the gym teacher might, you know what I'm saying? But it isn't at this plethora. It isn't. These women are married and they're fucking picking up kids at night. They're going to their baseball games. They're dressing revealing. Mind you, these kids, they're going through their hormones. Remember, there used to be a joke. The teacher calls you to the front of the class if you were a male, and let's say, "Ooh, you're freaking, you got an erection, and you at the like you trying to hide it, you trying to flip it, like, ooh." It's just, it's just biology, man. You can't really stop it, man. All little boys after 13, 14, the GI Joes go in the trunk and come out the Orno magazines. You heard? But damn, man. And now your phone, before you used to have to go in your pop stash or figure out or your tell your mans to give you a mag or some shit. Nowadays, damn YouTube, you fucking with my shit. Let me find out I'm talking too much knowledge. But random, it is crazy, Christy. It's bugged out. I don't like it. I just hope that we just do a change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why men and women hate each other. Especially the women with the bar in their nose. They look at men like, they was they used to have like a questionnaire, let's just say, and it was, ladies, would you rather be in a forest with a bear or man? And like 80% chose a fucking bear. A bear. A bear that doesn't know English. What you thought you're going to be like, hey, stop bear. Yo, there was a couple that lived with bears that gained trust and still got demolished. So we gotta do better, man. And I know there's a lot of creepy niggas out there. I know this world is the computers, whatever's doing it is making weird men. Anime. I don't know what's going on. These niggas are soft and they very predatorial, let's just say, right? Like they do extra steps to try to get something, and it's just I don't like that. You heard? And a lot of them get 20 something, 30, and want to start hollering at the young girls because they got a little flow, and girls like money. The fuck? But it is diabolical, man. I don't know what's going on. This ain't Rome. This ain't motherfucking. Didn't they destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because of it? Where the fuck is our earthquake and storm, man? We gotta wash and cleanse again. Hit us with another flood, y'all, and let's wash this fucking nation, man. Because I don't know, it's creepy, man. Greed is on a up, like a up, whatever is at a high. Motherfucking pedo, greed, motherfucking killings, murder, cheating, like all the negative shit. And I feel like the good people saw that being good didn't work, meaning at the job you didn't get a promotion, but the dirtbag that comes in late and that's fucking the secretaries, he gets a promotion. Then they saw that, um you know what I mean, some people were in relationships for 30, 40 years, and they were like, hey, might as well cheat. I don't like the way this person is treating me anymore. I'm going to hurt them by cheating. But back in the days, communication, our parents at least discussed it, at least argued. Remember arguments? You used to hear your parents, "Ah," but at least they got to a common solution. At least they didn't fucking cheat on each other or do something foolish like divorce. And especially when your kids are young, bro. If you're gonna divorce, do it. I feel like divorce should be 21. What up, Kumar? What up, Cool? Yeah, Kumar in the building. We got Christy Kumar, wife in the building. Beezy probably. But what up, Kumar? How you doing? I hope everything is good in your life. I'm just chatting my shit. You know how I do. Message, random, Zay dollar, nigga. What up? But what up, Kumar? I hope you're doing good, man. Thank you for rocking with the kid. And welcome. Long time no see, Papa. I hope you're doing good. You know what I mean? Thank you for your support. But yeah, me and Christy just talking our shit. I know she's a busy woman. I know when your kid hits 4 or 5 is a different world. You heard? Like it's actually a fun world, but it's mixed, right? Because they start like the talking, right? I like when they're in the baby phase, but once that's why you have to talk right around them kids because they will pick up every little word. You know what I mean? You know those parents that the kid like they think it's cute that the kid be like, "Hey, fuck you," and you're like, "No, that's not cute." Because now that kid's gonna do it in school and over here, over there when you're not around. So it's not cute. I remember in my day, teachers used to say this: "I'm gonna wash your mouth with soap." Literally, they're gonna wash your mouth with soap because you're speaking dirty words. You heard? Nowadays, they want to be like it's cool. That shit is not cool. There's so many words in our dictionary that you could be using, and cursing is it shouldn't be the formality. Understand that. But what up, Kumar? What up, Chris? We talking, we vibing. Yo, Damien in the fucking building. What up, Day? Yo, what up, my G? What up, GZ? What up, Salute Kumar, Christy, and now Damien? What up, yo? Yo, CNA, I asked you something. Yo, can I ask you something? Yeah, 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 definitely, Kumar. I'm here, man. I'm always engaged with y'all, you heard? But what up, Damien? Long time no see, Papa. Thank you, man. See, Chris, yo, one of the best moderators I could have ever asked for. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you. Oh, the glasses thing. So, if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you now, random. Previous videos, I am not wearing my glasses, right? So about a month, I want to say, a month ago, I went on Facebook. I bought the Metas. By the way, if you look very closely, you can see the camera. So I bought these Metas, and I was in process of buying a microphone, right? But I figured out that the Metas have this cool little microphone system. So if I take it off, you'll hear my audio, and I like my audio like this. I think me and Christy both decided that as long as um speaking in a low tone, the audio is pretty. It captures, and what it also does is it quiets the background, so all you really do is engage with what me. But yeah, man, spy versus spy. You heard? I'll take the joints off. I want to see the eyeballs real quick. What up? You know what I'm saying? Ah, you know what I mean? I'm $8, $8. But yeah, you can hear the difference. It's a little different. You know what I mean? But when you put these bad boys back on, and you hear the boom, 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 and we're back. What up, everybody? How you doing? I'm doing good. I hope that's what you said, because I'm not lying. So, uh, I always tell everybody, if you ever want a product that is expensive now, just give it some time. Go to Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. I don't do eBay anymore, but you will find that same product for half or cheaper. I'm looking into, the Apple VR, because I love VR, by the way, y'all. I think Meta Oculus did a great thing. But long story short, those, because of the AR, VR, whatever. I just like those. You know what I mean? But they're 4 or 5 thousand when it was released. Now you could go to marketplace and catch them for about 1,500. The lowest I seen, 2,000, and it's still high. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it a little bit more. I'm waiting till it hits like a SIF 800 mark, 750, 700, and I'll pay that, because those things are amazing. You know what I mean? I always love technology, but yeah, the reasons why I'm always wearing glasses is because of the audio capability. It saved me money on buying microphones. You know what I mean? Even though I still want the mic, with the furry. Yeah, I know the right, the mic with the little furry thing that you could clip on your hat. I'm still gonna invest in that. So I paid 200. They're five something, almost six in stores. You can find them for the 479 low ball, but they're about 500 and change. You know what I mean? If you go to Sunglass Hut. But I met a beautiful person. It was a couple. They just came back from Disney World, and they spent more than they wanted to, so they put these up. It was 290. I just typed in. I know how to maneuver, right? And I told everybody I got 200 cash now. And for some reason, people love cash. It's like it's in the hand, right then and there, right? So I met him. I see him in the parking lot. Very scary situation though. So I'm always a good guy. My heart is always good. So I'm gonna tell you two stories. We'll do the glasses first. So I give him the 200, and he hands me this little gray, not gray, brown case, right? So I'm like, cool. He's like, yo, you want me to set it up for you? And da, da, da. I'm like, nah, I believe in you, dude. Luckily, I opened them, and he goes, "Look right there. It says Gen 2." And that's why I liked about the metas, that literally if you go to marketplace and open them, you could see if they're Gen 1 or Gen 2s, so you're not getting played, because the difference is very slight. Like they both look the same, and the case is the same, so be careful. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, $200. We met this couple, cool motherfuckers, and I gave them the bread. Da da da. I'm in the car, turned them on. I heard the boom boom boom. I had a, the syncing process always scares me, because it's like, hey, it's not syncing. What the fuck? He sold me a brick, but it synced. It went through. And I've been loving these ever since. You see, I'm always wearing these now because, like I said, for the audio, and when I go to places like wherever I go, I'm information bound. So I look at a landmark. Hey Meta, when was this created? Hey Meta, what type of ingredients is this? Hey Meta, how do I feed these plants over here? You know what I mean? So they're very cool if you like information, y'all. Take your time, do your due diligence, go on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, and I promise you're gonna find a deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, me too, Damien. But yeah, man, 200. Like I love that price point. You know what I'm saying? Next story. We went to go buy a TV, and I told her usually Sony and LGs and sometimes Samsungs are very good TVs. The TRL or the Roku, all those new Kakas, Philips. You know what I'm saying? So we found the LG for 300. I lowballed him again. I got it down to 200. But then when we met him, I give him the money and I look in the back of his truck. He had like one of those flatbeds and I didn't see the TV. And he's walking to the driver's seat. I'm like, but then he opens, one of those doors that you open. I didn't know it was a door, it's one of those little trucks. He opens it and the TV's right there. He pulls it out. Boom, boom, boom. We put the LG in the car, and then he gave us a LG fucking. I'll show you right now. He gave us a LG sound bar. And if you ask me, the sound bar is like a buck 50, right? So it's like we paid 50 for the TV. And even if we paid 100 for the bar, then the TV was 100. It's a great LG model. Look at the bar. It came with this, so the subwoofer, and look, it got all the stickers. It's a And this is not just like a regular sound bar, y'all. This is a LG one. You know what I'm saying? So it fits the TV perfectly. I'm not rubbing it in. I'm not. I hate people that look. You can afford if I can afford it, right? So go do your homework, y'all, and go on. If you look, if you ever need something to buy, hit me up and I'll help you look for it. Let's just say that, okay? Because I'm very good at that, everybody. I'm very good at lowballing, talking to people, and feeling people out. That's another thing. Remember, you have a bunch of scammers, a bunch of people that are like, take your money and run. So be careful. But I somehow meet good people. I bought an Xbox Series X. I bought a PlayStation Portal. Yo, I bought the Portal for $70. The shit is like 199 in stores. It's a PlayStation thing that remotes to PS5. And thank God I did because my PS5 is in Brooklyn and whatever. But yeah, Damien, I appreciate you. Christy, of course, Kumar, thank you guys for rocking with me. And yeah, we always have great conversations. I wasn't showing off. I was just letting you guys know that with enough work and effort, you could buy things low. You know what I mean? It's a mobile PS5. That's the fact, Damien. You're good. You heard? But yep, it basically is. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not a like a portable per se, because you still need a PS5 and you need it to be in a rest mode so you could turn it on. But it's beautiful. I'm playing Spider-Man 2 right now and it looks gorgeous. But yeah, man, I done a lot of cool buys, let's just say, on Facebook Marketplace and offer up most of my clothes. This coat is retailed at 5.99. It's a polo. It had the tag on it. It turns into a vest when I zip off the sleeves, and you could take the hoodie off. Long story short, 5.99 polo coat. I got it for about $80. And when I met the dude, he's like, "Meet me by my crib." I see a Macy's bag with a plastic. I pull it out. Yo, this shit was brand fucking new. Like, I don't know if he robbed them or whatever it was, but he wanted like two. But once again, I lowballed him. And then like a month later, he hit me and was like, "Yo, I'll take that 80." And I was like, "I'll meet you right now." Fire, Damien, fire. And that's another cool thing, ain't it? When you buy some shit and then you realize, oh, I got the legit shit. Because sometimes you don't mind. Look, I'm buying whatever. It is what it is. But sometimes you go and you're like, oh, for the low, I got this. Yo, ain't nothing better than free 99. You heard? But let me teach you guys something. If you ever want to, I'm not saying go for the cut, but let's say something costs four something, right? 400, right? Hit him with the, yo, I got 250. And if he goes, nope, at least you set that precedent. Because trust me, a lot of items, and also look at how long that item was there for. If you see that item's been sitting there for months, yeah, you could definitely, you know, get them. You heard? Or get her. And I'm not saying we getting them, but I always tell people, when people have money, a lot of times they do frivolous buys, things that they might want but not need, right? And then after months, what happens? Things get bored. That thing is collecting dust now. So might as well I put it on, marketplace and try to make a buck off for it. But me, I'm the one that comes by and is like, I've been waiting for you to do that because I really want that item. I really wanted these. I've been looking at them from Gen 1. You know what I mean? Let's go, D. Yo, everybody, shout out to Damien for getting that on the low low. Yeah, pa. That's beautiful, ain't it? It's beautiful. And then you get your item and they get their cash. So everybody's happy. My thing is, people, stop. If you can't afford it in cash, and if you don't really need it, stop. Because a lot of people just go through trends. You know how many people cribs got Labubus right now that are worth $0 and they were paying hundreds? Labubu, what happened to that phase? And them things was them things were scary as hell, man. You know, the sneaker culture almost made everybody feel like, and when COVID hit and toilet paper and the mask, people felt like I could overbuy something and somebody's going willing to pay the extra. What's happening is nobody's paying extra. Motherfuckers rather take a shower after they shit than pay your stupid toilet paper prices. So stop scammers, stop overbuying shit. Let items be. Let us just purchase them, and you know what I mean? There should be a law where one per item, because a lot of folk buy a lot and then it goes to waste and they just throw it in the trash. So we got to stop doing that. You know what I mean? Buy what you need at the moment. Of course, stack some canned goods, stack some water, even the water bottles. Water gets bad. You know what I mean? But thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make me happy as hell. Just keep me motivated, keep me doing this. It's you guys that make it happen. So thank you, Captain. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, random. It's always good to get things for the low low. Remember that. Words from Zay Dollar. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on in this world. It did look like a demon. I know what you're talking about, Damien. And that's another thing. I always remember you guys because you most of you guys have weird little names. And the second thing is when I do dialogues with y'all, it makes me remember more. Remember, I'm a burner. I smoke a lot of weed, and my memory is one of the trashiest. I used to envy people that used to remember rhymes from a song, like the whole song. Nigga, like, yo, kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick, like, I used to love niggas that used to, you know what I'm saying? MC Hammer and the 357 bitches, Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, the mansion, the yacht, the two-hand Glocks, and then the weed spot. I shot Dread in the head to the money and land spread. You know, or you might miss and more guns and number ones and now the clip in the AK. All you hear is in the CK. Slow flows remarkable. Peace to Mateo. Now we smoke weed like Tony Montana for yayo. That's crazy blunts. Yo, I used to love shit, man. Yeah, I could try to rap. You know what I mean? And I used to do my rap thing. You heard? I used to like freestyle off the but those days at 43, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just it is a gift, you know what I'm saying? I think people that know how to rap, poetry is amazing. If you know how to put your words together, brilliant, you know what I mean? But I always said, man, read the dictionary, enhance your vocabulary. I promise you're gonna love it. You know, using words like gregarious or what I mean? Like it's just amazing. Words are amazing, and it's always good when you could befuddle somebody. You know what I mean? Like make them, oh, what did he say? So it's cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, rapping is cool. I hope everybody can rap. If you can, drop me some bars. You know what I mean? Hit me on the low ski. You know what I mean? Send me videos, whatever you can, and I'm always willing to support. You know what I mean? Spell it, fool. What up, Ernie? You smart? Nah, I'm not. I wish I was. You know what I mean? I just think that, like I say, information is key, and I always was more logical and based life off of facts than fic. You know what I'm saying? Than bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to believe in Bigfoot. I would love to believe in aliens and shit like that, but I need tangible evidence. I need skeletons. I need video. I need real shit. You know what I mean? Not a story, because I think humans lie all the time. You know what I mean? What's your definition of success? Success. You could do low ski, right? But me, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's comfortability. Success is when your bills are paid, when you can control or feel like you're controlling your space, let's just say, right? But the flip side of me means success is what I'm living through right now. It's like unemployed, but I'm in love, I'm happy, I'm with somebody that, you know what I mean, I dig. Uh, to tenfold. And success is variant on who you are, but I really think that success is just comfortability, y'all. We don't have to live above our means, but we also don't have to eat shit. You understand me? But I want y'all to know that, like, you got to put in the effort. Motion, the word motion, how does motion, or that word is created via energy, motion. You're moving. So we can't sit back and think a briefcase is going to fall with money. We got to put in that motion. And a lot of us don't. And then time go by and we start blaming instead of taking accountability. See, I done that. I used to blame the system. Yo, but fucking rent was 1,400, making 725 an hour. How else was I gonna do it? But people were doing it. It's just manifesting and figuring out a way to do it. You know what I mean? A lot of us just have habits that are expensive. You understand me? And once you wean out a lot of, and also discipline, yo, Axel, discipline. That to me is success. Having discipline, structure. You know, having order in your life. Having standards, not falling for every, bing bang bada boom. You know what I mean? But discipline is a beautiful thing, man. When you could wake up and consistently do what you not want to do all the time, but what needs to be done, if that makes sense. Oh, it's about 913, man. 13. What a number, right? We used to think that was a wicked number. They used to make us think that black cats were wicked, but his story is definitely his side of the story. And stories usually have three sides. His, hers, and what really fucking went down, you heard? But that's why, look, I love history. I think information. I think everybody that rocks with me, like Axel, Ernie, all the Tamara Young, thank you guys for rocking with me. Thanks for the thumbs up. But you guys soon to see that, like, my word is going to be, you know not something that you should take and, you know what I mean, hold. But if you do, I promise you it's going to help you in life. Because a lot of folk are trying to steer you guys in the wrong direction, and I don't like it. um, we just got to do better, man. You know what I mean? And for self, remember that. Always for self. I know a lot of people, our energy is, if you got kids, it's, you know what I'm saying? But once you do for self and you got self handled, I promise you everything else is a walk in the park. You heard? But make sure you're good. A lot of folk don't understand that. How we gonna do this if I'm not good? So yeah, man, success is a beautiful thing when you do accomplish it. And also remember, those that basket filled with eggs, try to do one at a time, man. A lot of folk try to, multitask and I don't got time. We have time. You know what I'm saying? It's just we gotta you got to figure out what you want to do and then create that journey to, elevate yourself from apprentice, journeyman to fucking master. And that's what you want to do, master a craft. And in my book, I used to try to master too many. Okay, we back, thank God, man. What up, Damien, once again? But like I said, Axel, I just want everybody to, make sure you use your common sense. Feel your gut. If your gut is telling you this party ain't a good party, or to drive away from that gas station, do what the fuck your gut's saying. You know what I mean? A lot of us put ourselves into fuck that dead. Like a lot of us set ourselves up to die. Like, be careful. Yo, Damien, shout out to you, man. Thank you for rocking with the kid. Domo arigato. Make sure you do your meditation, your stretching, you heard? And hit up some push ups, but make sure you stay you heard? Look in the mirror, smile, and be happy that, we had a great day with us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, D. Have a great one, man. Happy 2026 to you and the fan band. Peace. He's one of them good ones, y'all. Damien, man, always showed me support, and that's all I need. I never would ask for bread, man. I just need y'all support. Thank you. I appreciate you. I know you will. You hurt? You always there for me, man. Thank you, Pa. You have a great one. Salute. But yeah, man, I always got good peoples. Christy, my baby. Now I got, Axel, Ernie, Tamara. So I'm building my clientele. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the thumbs up. Sub to me, I'm a sub to you. That's how that slogan go. But yeah, man, thank you everybody. It's been a great ride. It's been a great live. You know what I'm saying? We bugged out. We talked real shit. I told you how to buy things if you ever want, and don't be afraid random to buy something that's used. I know a lot of us are like, if it ain't in the box, I ain't buying it. Yo, sometimes these motherfuckers play with the thing twice and throw it back in the box, and you basically buying a brand new. A lot of us will buy refurbished, but not, and refurbished is even worse because refurbished means that the item broke and they just fixed it again. So be careful with refurbished. I don't like that word. It really means that. Like if you ever see a TV, oh, refurbished, nigga, for $1.50, I'll take. Yeah, but it means something happened before. You know what I mean? And chances are it might happen again. So be careful purchasing. And purchasing power is beautiful, man. Whenever you could build your credit and actually pay your debt and pay things off, this is what I want you guys to do. Buy something for $30 and in a month just pay it back on that credit card. And every month do that. Buy something for 40, buy something for 50. And I'm telling you, you'll build your credit. But make sure you can pay it back. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself in a hole. I don't know who the fuck invented that debt meant you were successful, but that shit don't mean that. It means you're in debt, nigga. So shout out everybody rocking with the kid. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the thumbs up. You know what I mean? You have a great day, Christy, wife. I love you. Juju, I love you. My peoples, my family, everybody that be rocking with the kid. Hearts up. You know what I mean? Stay alive, don't die. You already know. Say dollars, $8. Random. Peace.